And welcome to tonight's Your Brain on Yoga, Thursday, February 26th. Receive a nice breath and let it go. And as you release the next exhale, imagine you're exhaling out your day. So all the stuff you've been doing today, all the roles you've been playing, they're just being released out of your body. It's like you're emptying yourself to receive your practice. Rooting, connecting to the ground with your feet, your buttocks. Maybe your back is touching a chair. So use those contact points to help you be more aware of your body. Breathe into that spaciousness that you created. And I'd like to start with box breathing. You might have done this. It's a fairly well-known breathing technique. Like so many breathing techniques, it helps us remove all our responsibilities, right? And it's calming. Just a little cautionary note. If you're fairly new to yogic breathing techniques, monitor how you're feeling, because sometimes when people try yoga breathing techniques for the first few times, they can feel a little dizzy, a little lightheaded. So if that happens, let the pattern go, just return to your normal breathing pattern, and then resume if it feels okay to, otherwise stay in your body breathing normally. So the numbers might vary here, according to your lung capacity, but the pattern is we inhale to a certain count. I'll randomly pick the number 3. So we inhale 2, 3, hold the breath 2, 3, exhale 2, 3, pause, empty 2, 3. So that's if you breathe fairly rapidly. If you breathe slower, it might be inhale 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, exhale 2, 3, 4, pause, empty 2, 3, 4. So that's the pattern. And I recommend you count. Like I was just counting, you'll be counting inside your head as you're doing that pattern. And just monitor how you feel as you explore it a little bit. So away we go. So you inhale to a certain count. You hold the breath for the same count. You exhale to the same count. And pause, empty to the same count. Keep going. So if any aspect of your breathing feels labored, or you feel a little panicky, or anything weird like that is going on, just let it go for a breath cycle. And you could also change the numbers. So maybe using the number 3 is better than 4, or maybe 5 is better, Tweak it for your own needs. It should feel smooth and comfortable. Like different, obviously it's different, but still smooth breathing and comfort in your body. And as you're becoming more familiar with this pattern, Notice if the holding of the breath when you're full. Notice if when you're holding your breath full, is that easier than when you're pausing empty or vice versa? Just keep going and notice those things. Noticing anything else you're aware of. And then let your breath return to normal. And I'd love to hear in the chat, if you feel like sharing one word, how you're feeling after that breathing pattern. All right, so the first pillar that we're on, please feel free, you can still put something in the chat if you haven't gotten around to doing that about the effects of that breathing pattern that you noticed. So the first pillar is called diet and supplements, and I was looking through the teaching material that from the course that I did. Just opening up my laptop here. And the section on supplements is quite extensive. And I'm hoping that you all read the disclaimer that I put in my email. Nod if you did, and if you didn't, shake your head. I'm seeing a couple of nods. No? Okay, Valerie. And maybe Rick and Denise, because I'm not sure whether you nodded or not. This was in the email. The information about supplements in this curriculum, in other words, what I'm about to share with you tonight, is for general knowledge. It's not a substitute for medical advice from your healthcare provider. Please consult with your healthcare provider before beginning any nutritional supplement regimen. That's super important. Supplements can be powerful and they could interfere with, if you're on any medications or whatever. So, having said that, they talk about the possibility, even if we eat really well, it's possible to have nutritional deficiencies. And there are, like they mention, I'm going to move this over so it's more in front. They mention that 50%, half of adults over the age of 50, take a supplement hoping to improve memory, attention, and focus. And if it's just a supplement that hasn't been shown in studies to help the brain, you're it could be, it's not wasting your money, it's probably going to help your overall health, but it may or may not help brain health specifically. So that's what this section is about, is the specific things that have been proven. Excuse me while I go through these slides here. So they list a few common reasons for having nutritional deficiencies. Certain diets like keto, paleo, vegetarian, vegan, it doesn't matter what it is. Some diets are deficient in certain nutrients, right? Not consuming enough nutrient-rich foods. They say that both meat and plant eaters are commonly deficient in vitamin B12 and vitamin D. I remember a few years ago, I asked my doctor if I could get my vitamin D tested. She said, and maybe your doctor has said the same thing, she said, we don't test for vitamin D anymore. Everybody is deficient in vitamin D. That kind of blew my mind. Unless you're getting a lot of sun or eating a lot of fatty fish or taking a supplement, you're not getting enough. Because our ancestors were out in the sunshine getting thousands and thousands of units of vitamin D every day, right? So, and what else? Certain medical conditions and medications can create nutritional deficiencies as well. And some disorders or medications limit the body's ability to absorb nutrients. So those are just some reasons why we can sometimes be deficient in certain nutrients that could be important for brain health. And okay, so there are about 4 slides here listing brain health supplements backed by excellent data. So this is what I love about the Alzheimer's Research and Prevention Foundation. Everything they teach is based on studies, rigorous scientific studies. They don't just talk out of the top of their head. B vitamins. Severe deficiency is associated with cognitive decline, memory loss, and dementia. B9 and B12 are especially important. So it says B vitamin supplementation is important for everyone. Sufficient levels are often found in multivitamins. So there you go. I mean, without an actual test, a blood test or whatever from a functional medicine practitioner, it can be hard to know. So next slide talks about vitamin D that I talked about earlier. Deficiency is extremely common. They say 25% of all Americans. And you probably know this, the further away from the equator you get, the more deficient people are in vitamin D, because we're just not out in the sunshine for very many months of the year. From about November till March, even if you're out in the sun, if it's a warm sunny day, the angle of the sun during the winter is such that your skin is not producing vitamin D from the angle of the sun in the winter. So I take vitamin D like a liquid every day in the winter. So they say 25% of all Americans. Well, that's not what my doctor said here in the Northern Hemisphere. She said, everybody's deficient. We don't test for it anymore. 82% of African Americans are deficient. 70% of Hispanic Americans. Natural sources include fatty fish, like I mentioned earlier, mushrooms, eggs, milk, sunlight. Research showed that supplementation of vitamin D over 10 years reduced Alzheimer's risk by 40% overall. It's huge, right? All right. More brain health supplements backed by excellent data. Omega-3 fatty acids. So you might have, I might have mentioned a few weeks ago in this section that most people's diets have way more omega-6 fatty acids than omega-3s. And the omega-3s are what the brain really needs. So a deficiency in omega-3 fatty acids is strongly associated with an increased risk of Alzheimer's. Supplementation through fish oil allows the fatty acids to be more readily absorbed. One study found optimal levels of omega-3 from 3 weekly servings of fish or seafood plus supplementation. So it's a super important one. The brain is a very fatty organ, so we need good fat. I know I'm going quickly, and I was talking to Josette before we started. I said I could, the whole class could be on supplements, but I just wanted to give you a taste of some things, and yeah, we'll go from there. So the last one on brain health supplements backed by excellent data is magnesium. A lot of soils these days are deficient in magnesium. Organically grown foods tend to have a higher nutritional profile. It's not always affordable to eat organically grown foods. Higher magnesium intake is associated with lower dementia risk, especially in women. I don't know why, they don't say why. Deficiencies may exist due to low levels of nutrients in soil, poor absorption caused by medications, and chronic alcohol use. All right, and then they say, what about multivitamins? Lots of people can benefit from multivitamins, but they make it clear that they do not typically include key brain health nutrients like the fatty acids. All right, woo, that was a quick summary of the supplements section. So we'll keep going here with some yoga. I'm gonna sit back so you can see what I'm doing. So Denise and Rick, you'll need enough room to stretch out your arms. Yeah. Okay. So hang on here. I need to close something so I can see you better. Okay, we're gonna start with hands together at heart center. I'm going to take the hands up the midline of the body. Inhale. Exhale them back down to the chest. Leave them at the chest while you inhale. Exhale, push your hands out from your shoulders with your fingers pointing up if you can. And straighten your arms as much as you can. And just pause here while you breathe. And when you're ready to inhale again, bring your fingertips to your shoulders. Exhale, push your hands away from your chest, chin comes down. Look forward, flip your palms. So now your chest is opening a little bit and the arms are coming up. Breathing in, bring your hands together and down to your chest. I'd like to show you that one piece. All of those pieces are quite clear, maybe except this one. So when we're doing this movement away from the chest, you're going to round your spine a little bit. And then you're going to change from that round shape to this shape. So the arms are kind of secondary to what you're doing with the spine. Your spine is going from here to here. It's like a cat-cow movement that we do sometimes, right? Okay, hopefully that clarifies it a little bit. Let's start with hands at the chest again. Hands come up as you inhale. They come back down as you exhale. Inhale. Exhale, push them out from your shoulders. Inhale, fingertips to your shoulders. Exhale, push your hands away from your chest. Chin comes down, round your spine. Now flip your palms, look forward. Well, just keep breathing out however it works for you because there's a lot going on here with this change. So now you're looking straight ahead and your chest is, and the front body is lengthening. We're opening the front body when we flip the palms up. Actually, let's just practice that one piece. Practice going from, trying to show it so you'll see what my spine is doing. Practice going from here, from here to here. So there's so much going on with that movement. You're here, and then your arms flip and your spine changes from round to curved in the other direction. Okay. All right, let's do one more together. Hands at heart center for starters. Let the hands come up the midline. Inhale. Bring them back down on the exhale. Keep your hands there on the inhale. And on the exhale, push them away from your shoulders. When you breathe in, your fingertips come to your shoulders. When you breathe out, you push away from your chest, look down, and then do that flip of the hands and bring the chest forward, arms coming up. Inhale, hands together, back down to the chest. Nice. Ooh, that's a wonderful warm up for the arms, isn't it? The shoulders, yeah. Okay, let's paddle the feet a little bit. Get some movement in the legs, circulation in the calves. Alrighty. Then you're going to bring your hands together, fingertips to the chin. Oh, before we do that, let's do something else. So if this is uncomfortable for you, you can skip it. If your shoulders don't want to go into that shape, skip it and you'll do what we're doing without your hands on your head, okay? So only if this feels appropriate are you going to do that. So this is isometric. You're going to press down on your head with your hands, and at the same time you're reaching your head up into your hands. So you should feel like you're sitting a little bit taller. Inhale, exhale, release your hands and relax your shoulders, relax your buttocks, relax any muscles that you were using to extend your spine. So you can really feel the difference, okay? And then we'll do that again. Clasp your hands, push on your head with your hands, push up against your hands with your head. Inhale. And this time when you release your arms, keep that extension in your spine so you feel really tall for just a breath cycle. And then let it go. Ah. All right. So fingertips on the chin, and I want you to do that same thing with that sense of reaching up through the crown of your head with your fingertips here. So you're using the muscles in the side body. You're stretching your neck. Inhale. Exhale, twist towards your right very slowly. Come back to center slowly. Fingertips are on the chin. They stay on the chin. Your fingertips stay on your chin. Breathe in, reach up through the crown of your head. Breathe out as you twist to your left. Slowly come back to center. And release the arms. Give your fingers a shake, your hands, your wrists, elbows. Then if you can reach, hug one knee into your chest. If you can't reach, just lift your leg up like an exaggerated walking position. So either drawing it up with clasped hands or lifting your knees. All right. So I'd like you to do the forearms on your legs. Ooh. I think I need to put my camera down a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Forearms resting on the thighs. Now, there's a couple ways we do this. Sometimes when we do this, we relax. In fact, why don't you do that for a couple of breaths? Just let everything go, relax your head. And now, while keeping the forearms on your thighs, so the weight of your upper body is supported with your arms, start to look forward a little bit, and then lift your chest away from your thighs, but keep your forearms on your thighs. Yeah. And now you're going to keep your right forearm on your thigh, and you're going to bring your left hand to your waist. Nice and slowly, so your body can give you feedback. Let your head turn a little bit because your chest has turned, your upper back has turned, so you can let your head turn with the same amount, might be just an inch or so. And if it feels good for you, you can reach that left arm up. Or maybe you want to put your forearm behind your back, your left forearm. And then take your time to unwind, come back to that position with both forearms on your thighs. Make sure you lift your chest again. So reaching up, yep, chest is lifted, you're looking forward. The right hand comes to your waist. Notice what's happening in your body when you do that. Notice there's a little bit of a spiral going on in your back muscles and your spine. Let the head turn just as far as the rest of your spine turn. Breathing here. And then you've got a couple of arm options. You can take the arm up if that feels good, or you can take the forearm behind your back if that feels good. Breathing in. Breathing out and easing out of this position. Returning to both forearms on your lap, and then we'll let it go. Let your back relax, let your head relax. Slowly looking forward, lifting your chest. Press yourself up with your hands just above your knees. And then open your arms, pulse your arms. Okay, we should do maybe 5 pop-ups where we just think we're standing up and then we change our minds. I'm going to get up. No, I'm going to sit back down. Just can't make up my mind whether I'm standing up or not. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay. Now I'm going to adjust that camera again. Okay. Kirtan Kriya. I'm getting my timer started here. Getting yourself settled. You've got the crown of your head open to receive white light, letting it out through the third eye, right between your eyebrows. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. And the timer will go in about 10 seconds. Satanama, 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 Satanama. Whisper. Sa-ta-na-ma. 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 Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. We go into silence. Whisper sa ta na ma 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 sa ta na chanting Satanama, 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 Satanama. Satanama, 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 Satanama. And finish up the chant you're on. We'll take the hands up the midline of the body, breathing in and breathing out, arms out and down, hands resting in the lap or back at heart center. Today's quote is from BKS Iyengar. Yoga is like music, the rhythm of the body, the melody of the mind, and the harmony of the soul create the symphony of life.